Good morning, YouTube. It's Joseph here once again, and I got a pretty busy day, but I'm going to try and make this video if I can. But today I finally got a computer that's going to replace my video editor PC. So let me go on and spin the camera around, and I'll go on and show you what computer I've currently got that's going out. And then when I get home, or actually when I'm going to pick up my new editor PC, I'll make a video to show you guys what I'm picking up to replace my current computer. So here's the current editor PC that is going out. Okay, so this computer is about 10 years old. It's a Dell 1520 Inspiron with Windows Vista Home Premium. And this computer I've used for well over 8 years to make YouTube videos. Most of them I haven't uploaded. They were just basically like to make videos on the computer for family and stuff. But this computer is getting to the point where it's about to die. The computer takes 2 hours to make maybe an hour or even less long of a video. Like, you know, whenever I upload an automotive tour on YouTube, like that Cadillac video, it took me 2 hours to make that video. And most of that time was taking when it was trying to export the file from WMV to a YouTube file on Windows Movie Maker. So another reason I'm getting rid of this thing is the original CD drive has gone out on it, and I have to use this external drive in order to read and write to. So here's the program I use, and I'm going to be using a separate version that's an older copy on the computer I'm going to be picking up. But let me go and load it into Windows, and I'll show you what I'm currently using to make YouTube videos. Once the computer boots up, I'll meet you back here. Alright, so I just booted the computer up, and you can already see I literally just booted the computer, and it's already having issues. Like, there's problems of programs crashing and stuff like that. And I know that Windows Vista is no longer supported by Microsoft, so I really don't use this computer on the internet anymore, but I just wanted to go on and show you what I'm currently dealing with on editor side. But here's the program I use on this computer, which I'm hoping I can move over to Windows XP with the computer I'm going to be picking up. But this is Windows Movie Maker 3.0, and it's basically the home suite program that I've been using to create videos for the last probably 6 years or more. And it's the only program that I've actually come to enjoy using. I've tried using VSDC Editor and other computer programs, but it doesn't seem to want to work. So, like the way I want it to. This computer program I'm used to using, and I know all the ins and outs of it, even though it's a little bit old school, it works really well. So that's the program I'm currently using, but if I have to with Windows XP, which is probably what I'm going to have to do, I can revert back over to an older copy of Movie Maker that I have right here. This is Movie Maker version 2.6, which was what I was going to run on this computer before I realized I had a newer copy of 2.6. And just ignore the pop-ups. That's scanners that I put on the computer to try to protect it from viruses. But this is the other version that I'll probably be using on that Windows XP PC, because it's going to have a smaller processor. I believe it's going to be a Celeron, Intel Celeron processor, and this computer has a Core 2 Duo inside. So let me try and get rid of that. Yeah, so see if it'll open 2.6 for me. Okay, so here's 2.6, and it gives me corrupted script errors because it's on the newer PC, but this is the program I'm probably going to be using in XP, which is an older version of the same suite. So this computer is basically on its last leg. It takes absolutely forever to export files, so I'm just like, I'm done with this computer, and we'll see how that new PC that I'm picking up from a friend of mine does. So I want to shut this thing down, and I'll see you guys probably sometime either this afternoon or this evening when I pick up the new computer for editor. So goodbye, Windows Vista with the 1520 Lab Mini. Alright, YouTube. So as I said, it was a busy day today. I just got home. It's It's about 6:45 in the evening, and I picked up the computer at around noon today. Been busy with non-YouTube related activities, but why don't we go ahead and take a look at our new toy. So, here we go. We'll get it more in depth in a minute, but here's my new E-Machine. Just a quick teaser. If you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So we'll get it inside and power it up and mess with it. So, see you in a minute. Alright guys, so this is my new editor PC. It's a E-Machine model W288. And it's got a CD, DVD drive, some micro USB slots, some micro card slots, and a headphone and some microphone jack on the bottom. It's currently running Microsoft Windows 98, however I am going to see if I can upgrade it to XP today. So that's what today's prerogative is going to be, is getting it powered on, just make sure that it runs, and then basically go from there. So I've got to get the rest of my equipment that I need, and we will get started on actually getting this thing working. So meet you back here in a minute. Alrighty, so got everything hooked up. That took probably a good 15 minutes. Get everything all hooked up, but I got my wired mouse right here, laser style. Got a wireless keyboard hooked up, which is behind me, which I'll use for the E-Machine here. And all of that should be good to go. So the only thing I need to hook up left is a wireless speaker, which I will grab right now. Alrighty, I could probably do better in terms of sound quality, but that's going to do for now. It's just to test the sound card. So, we got all the hardware hooked up. Let's go on and perform a power up. So, should boot right up. There it is. BioStar, interesting. Finks. Wow, copyright 2006 for the BIOS update. This thing's a pretty old system, that's definitely for sure. So, it's probably going to take a minute for this thing to boot. But we'll see. I'll press escape on my keyboard, just to make sure. Let's see. Enable system configuration. Press F1 to continue. There we go. Let's see how it goes. Update success. Hardware monitor. It's updating the drivers for the screen monitor. Ooh. It's missing a system file. It's not good. Well, this thing is missing registry files, so it looks like I'm going to have to potentially install a new copy of Windows. I'll be right back. Well, it's booting this time, so Windows did not detect a mouse attached to the computer. You can safely... Huh. Man, this thing has a lot of bugs. It's not even detecting my keyboard. Yeah, this is going to be great. I'm going to have to work out a lot of bugs, it seems. But we'll get there. Every time I boot it, it does something different, so I'm safe to say that this thing's going to need a new copy of Windows. Before I attempt to do anything more, though, I'm going to power it on one more time. I'm going to make sure that disk at least opens. Yeah, it opens. So, now on to the big step. We got to figure out how to install a copy of Windows on this computer. So, I'm going to download ImageBurn, and we'll go from there. So, this is going to be quite the project, and I know I'm cutting the video into very small sections. I apologize, but I really want to get this computer working. So once we get it working, I'll do a longer tour.
Day 2.
Alrighty guys, so it's about 2 days later, and I finally got Windows XP running on my new editor PC, which is what I'm going to be using to make YouTube videos with. Also, just going on ahead and copying over some necessity files in case I ever need them. Some text-to-speech engine, voices, and other odds and ends, just in case I want to do EAS mocks through this computer, because this computer can no longer handle making those types of videos. But this is the computer that is crashing, like I've said in the previous parts of the video. But we got one minor issue. This computer has a sound card soldered onto the motherboard. It doesn't have an external sound card. So hooking it up to an external speaker won't work anywhere on either side, either the central part on the back or the front prongs. They won't work, so I can't hook headphones up, and the only way I can use headphones is through this little bitty microphone headphones to be able to play audio through it. It does make noise when you use those headphones, but I'm gonna have to either look into getting some USB speakers or something of those kinds of nature. Go on and show you what we're doing here. I'm going to go ahead and copy a few other things over. Keep saying it. Yeah, I know there's an error because it's still downloading. I'm gonna mute that. It's doing that because there's files still downloading. Never seen that happen before, but it's doing that right now. So go on and copy the ASOF converter. We're gonna move that over to the XP machine just in case I want to speed things up. But put that in the documents. I have 2.6 on this computer, but I want to try and run Windows Vista's 3.0 on the what is it? On the XP machine. But goodness gracious, that file has already taken up 157 megabytes worth of space. But I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes when I show you guys how I put this video together. And of course, I'm going to have to record what I'm doing on screen with my camera and then edit it further, but I can at least show you from what I've recorded here what it takes to make a YouTube video in my format. So, see you guys in a few minutes. Alrighty, YouTube. So, what we're going to start off with is I'm going to go ahead and try and put some files on the computer. I've moved version 3.0 of Windows Movie Maker from the Vista computer to this disk, and I've put some other files on it that I'm going to use at some point potentially. So still downloading text-to-speech engine voices and programs and stuff like that, but let's go on and see if we can find anything on this disk. Hopefully it'll read it, because it's got files from multiple computers. It's loading, so give it a minute. We'll go on and do the next one. It's reading the files right now. It'll take a minute. I want to pick up Jill. And I'm going to make a folder real quick for this computer. So, it should. It's not picking up the files. Peculiar. I may have to format it on this computer. That's a pain in the butt. Looks like I'm gonna have to format the disk. Come on. Oh, fine. I'll just do computer again. Yeah, I know. I'll be right back, guys. So, this computer is taking its sweet time to format the disk. Thumb drive. I might have to move it over to the 10 computer and do it that way. But I need to get files off that computer. I'm going to get the voices and the converter kit off of this computer, as well as the movie maker on that computer, and then just move everything onto the eMachine so I can put the eMachine in my bedroom where it belongs, next to the Packard Bell monitor that I've got, because I'll hook it up to that and then just put that Acer monitor in storage somewhere. But it's just a matter of time until I actually get this thing working. So you're kind of following along, and I'm glad you've stuck around this long if you've been watching my video. So see you in a few minutes. Alrighty, so everything should be on this little flash drive. It's going to take us a while to get everything moved over because this is only a single Celeron processor, but I got it hooked in and hopefully it'll pick it up. Found a mass storage drive, so hopefully the computer can read from it. Let's see. There it is. That's what we need. So we're going to go on and create a folder. New folder. Editor tools. Yeah, we'll go in and restart. So I'll meet you guys back here in a moment once it reboots. Alrighty, so it's booting back up. Hopefully it won't take too long. Got a few things I gotta move over. Alright, so go on and open my computer. Do drive I, E2B. I'm going to rename that at some point. So, just going to go on and grab all of this. Hopefully it'll let me do it. It's loading everything. Still starting up, so. There's an unused icons on your desktop. Yeah, I know there are. What will it let me? There we go. Copy. Actually, now we'll cut it because we don't need it on this drive anymore. Go on and let it move its stuff over. It'll take a minute. And the hard drive is cranking. So I got some executables we're going to have to run once I get the files moved over. That'll be for the text-to-speech engines, just in case I ever want to use this computer for mocks or weather-related information files. So just wait for it to finish its job. The hard drive is really cranking now. Look at that light. About 20 seconds left. That's what it says, but it's copying Mock's voice executables. So it could take more than 5 seconds, but we'll see. There we go. So let me make sure ASOft runs. Looks like I'll have to download ASOft from the website to the flash drive, but it'll be fine. Let's go on and make sure that this works. If it doesn't, then that means we're going to have to run a different way of making YouTube videos for mock creations. Cool, so I'll have to get Bandicam installed. That works. And we're going to start running these executables just to get these things installed. But I hope you guys' weekend has been good. Mine has been very busy, but also very good. So it's nice to be able to finally get a new computer that'll actually work and not crash left and right whenever I want to make YouTube videos. And yes, I'll walk you guys through it on how I make YouTube videos in a few minutes once I get everything working. Now, keep in mind I'm going to have to use my old 5S for some of the recording. because I will have to be using the 6S because that's where all the files are. I'll have to be pulling files off of it, but we'll be switching cameras back and forth. Goodness, that's a big file. That is a big file. It's still cranking. That's one big file. But once I get all of these voices installed, I'll meet you back here and I'll show you how I make a YouTube video. So, see you in a few minutes. Alrighty, so I'm going to go on and use my old camera for this part of the video. This is my iPhone 5S, by the way, that I'm recording with right now. This is the camera I've been using for the last maybe 3 months to make in-depth tour videos of cars and other related stuff. But I do use this 5S for the secondary view on cold starts. But anyway, I went on ahead and moved over all of the files so far on the Editor PC project, and I'm going to go on and show you what the first step in making my videos is. So this computer, it doesn't seem to like to read DVD rewritables, so we're not going to be able to use the DVD drive. However, I do have a USB slot on the front, so we'll be using USBs for the time being until I can figure out how to get that working. So go on and hook that up, and it just connected, and we'll go on and open that folder, which should be right here. I'll go on and grab it. We'll go, and it's open. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder called just new folder, because that's what this program uses. It translates easily to that. Then we're going to go over here. I'm going to open my folder where the editor conversion kit is at, which is AUSOFT Free Video Converter. I open that program, and I'll find the folder that I've saved all the videos in, which is in this video. It's going to be the Editor PC folder, and I'll just go on and convert all the files from MOV, which is what Apple uses, to .mp4, or excuse me, not MOV to MP4, MOV to WMV for the video editor. So go on and go to desktop, and we'll go to Editor PC. We're going to grab all these videos and hit open, and we're going to select a new permalink once it loads all the videos in. All of them, as you can see, says WMV on the format. We'll hit open folder, and we're going to request it to go to E2BD, new folder, and hopefully it takes it. Well, got to hit the root, E2B, new folder, select folder, bam, and then you hit convert, and the converter will run, and once the converter completes, we'll be able to edit them in the converter or movie editor. So this can take from a few minutes up to a couple of hours, depending on how long the video is. But I do have an SSD 1 terabyte in the Windows 10 computer, so it speeds things up pretty quickly. So I'll meet you guys back here once this part of the process is complete. Alrighty guys, so just to let you guys know, my middling is right here. So if the middling goes off, then I will have to do a double take here where I'm recording with talking about the computer, and we may get some notifications. Already got a severe thunderstorm watch and a severe thunderstorm warning out of this little thing, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But let's go on and continue from where we left off. I just finished putting the files into WMV format, and so I'm on my iPhone 6S, but everything is on this thumb drive. So now what we need to do is we need to detach it from the Windows 10 computer and move it over to the XP machine. So go on and detach it, and we'll hook it up in here and get everything going. So it should be connected. Go on and unlock it, and go to computer and drag everything over. So once it's done dragging everything over, we can then edit the video together. So this takes maybe 5 minutes or so, depending on how long the video is, but once I get everything pulled in, I'll show you the next step. So Again, I don't have any USB speakers, so you won't be able to hear any of the audio, but I can at least show you how I put the video together for the most part. So drag this down here, put it right there, and we'll do Untitled. And I'm going to change the font to Timeline, drag that down to make it smaller, and we'll go on and import all the videos. So Desktop, new folder, highlight all of this, import, and that'll take a couple of minutes because it's the old file system. But once it's imported, you can drag them all onto the timeline and put them together. So I'll meet you guys here once I get all of the files imported. The fun of video editing. So here we go. This is how I make a YouTube video when it's a long video like what we're making today. So drag the first portion in, and I'm going to play it and see if it has any video value. If not, then I'll remove it, which does not. We'll remove that. Come on. Go on and drag this in. Do a video effect, rotate it. So rotate 180 degrees so you see me properly. And see if that has any. I think it's just this one video right here that I want. So let's see. I'm going to play it. It's not just the one video I want. Looks like that's the only video I want. So let's see. Yeah, that's the only video I want. So we'll move on to the next timeline, 808. Looks like they actually did something pretty handy on this version of Windows. It just going ahead and jumps to the next video file, 809. Go on and drag it down. And I'll have to make the video one piece at a time. So once I get the video put together, I'll export it as a 1080p resolution type of deal. And if it has like this incident where it'll show the Asoft video editor at the beginning, like, let's see, did it? Nope, it didn't. Okay. Well, I did it for a split second, but I can just crop that out. And basically, you just want to make sure it doesn't show any advertisements for the freeware editor, and go from there. So I can export it as 1080p, and then once I'm done putting it all together, I will burn it back to the USB, hook it to the Windows 10 computer, and upload it to YouTube. And that's basically how I make a YouTube video. And it doesn't matter what camera I'm using. I can be using the old iPhone 5S or my new iPhone 6S, and it works perfectly. So it's all free, and it's a little troubling at times, but now that I got rid of the computer that was slowing me down so much, hopefully this computer will be a little bit faster. I will be looking into getting some USB headphones for the XP machine in the coming days. And hopefully this computer will last me for several years, and then if it eventually starts to get out of memory, I can upgrade it to a larger hard drive, among other things. So that's pretty much the tour of what I had to go through to get this computer working. I'm glad that I finally have a new editor PC. And if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Catch you later.